Tonight on News Channel 12 Live at 6, two big names in politics visit Louisville. We'll have a live look at the event.
Also, from the Hill to Capitol Hill, we sit down with one WKU student who is speaking out to make a difference.
And with Derby Day and Mother's Day this weekend, what can we expect for the forecast? I'll have all the details coming up.
This is News Channel 12 Live at 6, where commitment makes the difference.
Good evening and welcome to News Channel 12 Live at 6. I'm Corey McCauley.
And I'm Catherine Gardner. Thanks for joining us tonight. Our reporter Carrie Blanton spent the day in Louisville as two big names in politics rally Kentucky voters. She's live in Louisville, so let's take a look to see what's turning out.
Live at the Bernie Sanders rally in Louisville. I'm waterfront earlier today, so we went to see Bill Clinton for him. He was a few hours late, and now we're here at the Bernie Sanders rally.
All right, thank you, Carrie. And speaking of Louisville, yesterday kicked off the week of events for the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby. The week of events includes evening concerts throughout the week, Derby week racing tonight and tomorrow, the Pegasus Parade on Thursday, the Oaks race on Friday, and of course, the Derby on Saturday. The Oaks and Derby events can be seen on your local NBC station.
Earlier today, the City of Bowling Green held a news conference in the City Hall Commission chamber. The meeting discussed the U.S. Department of Justice's investigation into discriminatory hiring practices at the Bowling Green Police Department. This issue started last summer after the DOJ sent a letter to the City of Bowling Green about the lack of African-American police officers on the squad. A brave 9-year-old boy is fighting for his vision. After insurance failed to cover the medical expenses, his family and friends stepped up to raise the money. Photojournalist Tyler Flint takes us to Louisville to share a story about a special little boy.
This isn't even a quarter of the people yet. There's gonna be like 50 million. More than 1,000, I know that.
We're raising money for him to have a new prosthetic eye because he was born with a congenital defect, bilateral coloboma, as well as a corneal defect, and he lost his right eye 2 years ago. Insurance won't cover it, so we're just trying to raise money to get that new eye for him. We are selling t-shirts, we're doing 50-50 raffles, a cornhole tournament, and then we've had about $7,000 worth of items and gifts donated for the raffle as well.
If everybody can start taking seats in front of the stage, we're going to do these raffles.
All right, this is for the UK tailgating kit.
Hi, EJ. I would give you my eye, I would give you my heart, but today I'm here just taking part. Love you.
I adore EJ. He is a great leader. I've had him this year for the first time, for the whole year. He's just a great leader. All the kids love him. Very confident, very sweet. So he's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's got so much energy, and he makes it fun. He makes teaching fun, and he soaks it up like a sponge and does smart.
He's very quick.
Never been back here before. What? I'm looking back there. It's a waterfall.
If there's a joke there to be made, he's going to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. Even if it's not the right time, it's coming out, and whatever, That's a good thing. Fundraiser was outstanding. Can't believe the turnout that we had. Would just like to thank everyone from the bottom of our heart.
Well, EJ's going to say something first. Here, buddy.
Thank you!
The event raised over $4,000, giving EJ enough for his surgery, scheduled to take place in 3 months. If you would like to make a donation for EJ, you can visit EJ's Avengers GoFundMe page. All extra proceeds go into account for future surgeries. And Mallory Snell now joins us with a look at our forecast. Mallory, it's been raining a lot lately, hasn't it?
It really has, and we do have a chance of rain for tomorrow, but luckily this weekend looks like it's going to dry out. So anybody going to the Derby or Oaks this weekend should be dry on the track, surprisingly, for once.
Thank goodness.
So I know we're all happy to hear that. As of right now, we do have some clouds across the area. If we look at the satellite radar here in Bowling Green, those clouds have increased into the afternoon hours, and they will continue to stick around overnight. We can't expect any rain this evening. However, most of that will stay off to our west over in the Paducah area. So Bowling Green should stay dry tonight. We weren't so lucky yesterday as we had a pretty rainy Monday across the area. You can see that system that brought us that rain continuing to push off the east off the Atlantic coast. So that's why we remain quite dry today, but those clouds have hung around. Highs today have been about 10 degrees below average due to this cloud cover. 64 in Bowling Green, 66 down in Nashville, and 61 up in Lexington. So we've really been looking at highs in the 60s throughout Kentucky and Tennessee today. Currently, those temperatures haven't changed really too much. 62 in Bowling Green, so a few degrees below what we've been seeing. But coming up, I'm going to talk about how long these cool temperatures will last, what we can expect from the rain, and as well as your weekend forecast.
All right, well, thank you, Mallory. Coming up next on News Channel 12, live at 6, one student who's creating pieces of artwork without the help of one important factor.
And a new program at Western Kentucky University is starting this summer. What it is, coming up next. Welcome back to News Channel 12. May is many things. For students, it means that both summer and graduation are right around the corners. But May also means something else. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. I sat down with our own Brendan Ward, who is speaking out to make changes for students with disabilities. At age 5, Brendan Ward was diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, along with obsessive compulsive disorder. Since coming to college, he hasn't seen any help from the university.
When I first applied here, on the application, I saw where they had a sign, do you have a disorder? And if you do, you check yes, and you will put which one you have. And that's all. Now, when it came to the scholarships, during the scholarship season, I saw no scholarships at all for students with disabilities.
Brendan wants changes for students with mental disorders here at Western Kentucky University.
I would like to see students with disabilities get some money from the university so we can feel appreciated like the high achieving students, even though we don't have that ACT score.
Thursday, Brendan gets the opportunity to represent students with disorders in Washington, D.C.
I'm just happy that I can go at a national level on my first ever national panel at a national event to speak in front of over 250 people in the room about my experiences with education and mental health.
Be sure to follow us on both Facebook and Twitter to see more of Brendan's journey to Washington. Western Kentucky University's libraries professors received an honorable mention in this special storytelling resources category. Ha Wang Yang's book, Tibetan Folk Tales, was recently recognized by 5 Libraries Unlimited as a top pick for their Storytelling World Awards. Tibetan Folk Tales contains more than 30 traditional Tibetan stories that give us readers a taste of the land, the people, culture, history, religion, and psyche of this remote country. Young has been a member of WKU's Department of Library Public Services for 19 years.
Well, good vision is something that many people take for granted. News Channel 12 reporter Simone Young gives us a deeper look into one student's time here on the Hill.
How this flower appears pink to you, it might look different to someone else.
I didn't find out until I was in my senior year of high school that I was colorblind. My entire life, I never really thought about it, and I always thought that everyone just saw colors in the same way that I did. Don't see the changing of shades and tints and reds and greens. So whereas you may see a lighter green, I may just see a regular green to me. Art is kind of what completes my personality.
Brandon gets inspired attending WKU alumni Alice Gatewood Waddell's Artist Talk, who uses vivid colors to express her art. She conveys positive messages regarding family, unity, and spiritual celebrations to inspire the viewer. Students ask for art tips and how to advance their art career. Alice says that artists need to get involved.
Can bring a community together by showing of appreciation for art projects that can be done as a community.
As Alice reaches out to young artists, Brandon takes it upon himself to reach out to the aspiring artist that shares his views.
My advice would just be to just go for it, and whatever color you think looks good in your head probably is right. It may not be the colloquial right, but it is right. So everyone sees things differently, so maybe someone else will connect on the same level as you.
Brandon continues to keep a positive attitude in his life and through his artwork.
One local Bowling Green bar owner isn't concerned with the alcohol you drink, but more concerned with what you do after the fact. I sat down with Johnetta Pryor to hear her thoughts on why drinking and driving isn't a good idea.
I have a place where you have entertainment, a place where you come hear good music, have a drink.
Jonetta's Pub, a place that many people go to unwind from the long work week. Johnetta is a singer, her husband a renowned piano player, and their boys are well versed on the guitar. The pub came to life when the family of artists decided to open up the music-themed bar.
And 9 years ago, we opened up a place called The Pub, Jonetta's Pub. During the 9 years there, Jeremy was just like my partner. He did everything. He did the music, he did the sound, he did the bartending, he took people home every night, just like I do, just like I taught both my kids to do.
At just 32 years old, Jonetta's business partner's life was cut short. To hear more of Jonetta's story, visit our website at www.newschannel12live.com. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Devin. Coming up, Mallory Schnell joins us once again for a full 3-minute look at our weather.
And after the break, News Channel 12 reporter Hattie Bodge joins us to talk about one famous World War I fighter jet.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us on News Channel 12. Military veterans and families nationwide are celebrating the centennial of World War I. And one veteran and member of Bowling Green military aviation group Friends of Jenny is schooling people about one famous warbird. I had some fun at the Bowling Green Regional Airport talking with Dorian Walker. So sit back and enjoy a little history lesson.
This airplane was built for initially one reason alone, and that was to train servicemen, military aviators, how to fly. Once they learned to fly, this is World War I, they went to Europe. And in Europe, they flew European airplanes, British and French. America said, if we're going to get into this war, we need to help our allies the best we know how. And the Allies said, we need more men, we need more airplanes, we need more military equipment. So a group of individuals from leading corporations, primarily automobile corporations, got together and developed an airplane called the DH-4. They actually didn't develop the airplane. Let me rephrase that. They needed to get into building an airplane pretty quickly because America didn't enter the war until 1917. And the war had already been going on for 3 years. So they looked at airplane designs. At that time, we hadn't made any fighter bomber or airplanes that could go to war. We only had built the Jenny that could train people to go to war. So after looking at a number of designs, they decided to adapt a British design called the de Havilland 4 or DH-4. Although it's a British design, the design was brought to America. It was made by companies like Dayton Wright, Cadillac, Ford, Standard Aviation, Fisher Body Works. A whole group of American companies got into manufacture more than 4,000 DH-4 fighter bombers. It was America's first warbird, the airplane that would take young American aviators to war to do battle.
Fun fact, Friends of Jenny has located the last known remaining frame of a DH-4, and they want to bring the bird back to life for their World War I centennial celebration next year. For more information, visit friendsofjenny.org.
Thank you, Hattie. You know, the skies up there in that plains, it looked beautiful and crystal clear, and lately, not so much.
Corey, Mallory, I think it's been a long time since I've seen a blue sky.
It really has. The last couple of weeks, the last couple of days have really been quite dreary. I mean, we had a really rainy Monday, and these clouds will continue. They had temperatures today in the 60s for Bowling Green, but conditions definitely look up this weekend for Derby. So we can definitely keep that in mind as we push on through the last week of classes. Right now across the area, we're looking at temperatures in the 60s. Temperatures have gone down a few degrees from our high this afternoon. So 62 degrees here in Bowling Green right now under mostly cloudy skies. So once again, those clouds have kind of kept temperatures about 10 degrees below our normal for this time of year, which is 74 degrees. If we look at our highs across the area, we have 66 down in Nashville, 65 in Louisville, so pretty much 60s in Kentucky and Tennessee. But if we push a little bit more southeast, we can see those 70s once again, because those areas haven't been affected so much by the rain that we've seen. And even 84 down in Columbia, South Carolina. So we pretty much have a wide swath of temperatures across the southeastern United States. Currently, those temperatures have decreased a little bit from the high today. So 63 down in Nashville, 59 up in Louisville. So a pretty pleasant evening across the area with temperatures in the 50s and 60s for Kentucky. If we take a look at our satellite radar, you can see that system that brought us that rainy Monday beginning to continue to push off the Atlantic coast, and we should stay dry into the overnight hours besides a few scattered showers off to our west over in Paducah, but Bowling Green looks pretty dry until about tomorrow. We do have a chance for some showers and storms returning to the forecast. You can see this clipper system up in the Great Lakes, and that's going to continue to push downward as we move into the day tomorrow. So we're going to see showers, and if we see enough fuel in the atmosphere, some storms and possibly some hail. If we take a look at our 36-hour forecast, that cold front will continue to push down into the area, and this clipper system is pretty unlikely for this time of year, so we're going to see definitely cooler temperatures as we continue into the week. But luckily, Friday and Saturday temperatures will begin to kind of ramp back up as we head into Oaks and Derby weekend. As for tonight, pretty cool across the area, 49 degrees, pretty pleasant, mostly cloudy skies, winds from the west-northwest at 2 to 5 miles per hour, so calm and cool tonight. And as for tomorrow, temperatures will be pretty similar as they were today. 66 degrees for Bowling Green, but we will see that shower and storm chance, so be sure to keep that umbrella handy with winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Rain jacket may be a little bit better than an umbrella. And looking at our 5-day forecast with Derby coming up this weekend, I have a special one for you all. Wednesday, we do have that rain chance, but after Wednesday, pretty much sunny skies throughout the weekend. Thursday will be our coolest day on deck, 63 degrees for our high. But after that, temperatures will continue to increase. 71 for Oaks Day on Friday. Saturday, if you're going out to the Derby, looks pretty nice. You can wear that dress, not having to worry about those rain boots. The track should be quite dry, so I'm sure everybody will be very happy about that. Temperatures should be pretty similar up in Louisville as well. And as for Sunday, as those temperatures increase into the 80s, we will start to see a little bit more cloud cover because the atmosphere gets a little unstable. So we may see some clouds for Mother's Day with a slight chance for showers, but overall looks pretty nice.
All right, thanks. Later after the break, Hannah Sells gives us a deeper look at Hilltopper sports.
And coming up later in the show, what are some thoughtful gifts to give mom this Mother's Day weekend? We have some ideas coming up next.
Welcome back to News Channel 12, and thanks for taking some time out of your day to join us. It was a Memorial Weekend for the Hilltopper faithful, a historic one at that. Coming off the most productive season in WKU football history, the Hilltoppers were one of 36 schools to have 3 or more draft picks this year, and 5 more guys signed free agent deals. Athletic Director Todd Stewart and head coach Jeff Brom weighed in on what the weekend meant for the program.
Look who's in that top 25 list, and Western Kentucky's in that list, but I think look who's not. I mean, Southern Cal, UCLA, Texas, Texas A&M, Penn State, Auburn weren't ranked. Western Kentucky was. Look at this weekend. Look at the programs that won't have 14 players in NFL camps. Western Kentucky will. So to our coaches and to our players, they've really raised the bar, in my opinion, to an all-time high, and there's never been a better time to come here and play football.
To have 3 guys drafted, I thought was tremendous, and then to have that many signed as free agents right after the draft, I thought was outstanding as well. So I was happy about it. Nothing really was surprising to me, and I think our guys will take this opportunity and run with it.
With 14 total former tops active on NFL rosters, now it's no secret how much WKU football has improved over the last several years. The 8 players that advanced to the next level include Tyler Higbee, Brandon Dowdy, Prince Charles Uora, and free agents George Fant, Jared Dangerfield, Antoine Grant, John Tavius Morris, and Nick Holt. Y'all can bet your bottom big red dollars that the only place this team has to go is way up, and I know they feel blessed. And at the plate right now, actually at 6:30 in Nashville, Tennessee, for their final CUSA midweek game of the year, the WKU baseball team takes on one of their toughest opponents yet, Vandy. Although the Commodores lead the series, the Tops have proved to be the toughest opposition against Vandy in the past. The game here starts here in just a few minutes at 6:30, and if you weren't able to travel down to Nash Vegas, you can stream the game online at WKUsports.tv. After the break, Mallory Schnell will join us once again to give us one last update on Bowling Green's weather.
Welcome back to News Channel 12. Mother's Day is upon us, and many people are scrambling to get Mom that perfect gift. If you haven't got Mom anything, listen up. Flowers are always a go-to for any occasion, or a gift card to Mom's favorite place to shop or eat could be a great gift too. But if you can't afford anything, that's okay. Give Mom a call or visit this Mother's Day weekend.
Before we sign off for a final time this semester, Mallory Schnell joins us with a final look at our weather.
So our weather looks pretty great this weekend. We just have a little blip in the forecast. That's tomorrow. We have a chance for some showers and storms, so be sure to keep your umbrella handy for Wednesday. But as we move into the rest of the week, Thursday is going to be our coolest day on deck. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s, but temperatures will continue to rise into the weekend. So we're talking 70s for Oaks Day, 80s for Derby. No rain in the forecast, so you don't have to pack those rain boots with your dress. And by Sunday, we may start to see a little bit of a chance of rain for some Mother's Day, but we're mainly looking at clouds. So pretty decent forecast once we get past tomorrow.
All righty, thank you.
Well, that's unfortunately all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for making News Channel 12 your source for news. For the last time, I'm Katherine Gardner.
And I'm Corey McCauley signing off for News Channel 12 for the last time as a senior this semester.
Have a great night.